Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ananya MK. I am studying in IC branch in Sri Venkateshwara Engineering College. Subject Waste Management. Subject code BETCK10F. Section ICAR. USN code is 23 IS 1895. Topic Meaning of a solid waste management and the factors affecting solid waste management. First, I am going to give information about a meaning of a solid waste management. Solid waste management refers to a systematic collection, transportation, disposal and recycling of a solid waste, which includes a various type of non-liquid materials such as garbage, refuse and trash. The goal of a solid waste management is to minimize the negativity in environmental and public health impacts of a waste by ensuring its proper handling and disposal while maximizing the resource recovery through recycling and other sustainable practice. It involves a various process including a waste reduction, reuse, recycling and safe disposal method like landfilling or incineration. Waste hierarchy. Solid waste management follows a hierarchy often referred to as a 3R hierarchy. Reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce. The first step is to reduce the generation of a waste by minimizing and composition and production waste reduction. Reuse. Reuse the second step to encourage the reuse of items materials to an extent their lifespan before they became a waste. Recycle. Recycling involves the process of waste materials into new products or materials to prevent from their ending up in the landfills. Collection and transportation. The collection of a solid waste involves gathering of waste materials from a house, business and other source. Waste is transported to a central location for furthering process. Recycling is a key component of a solid waste management. Materials like paper, glass, plastic and metal can often be recycled into new products, reducing the need for raw materials and lowering the environmental impacts. Composting. Organic waste such as food scraps and air trimmings can be composed to create a nutrient-rich soil. Emittents. Composting helps in divert organic waste from landfills and reduce the greenhouse gas emission. Waste to energy. In some cases, solid waste can be incinerated to generate energy. Second topic is the factors affecting the solid waste management system. Many factors influence the decision making process in the implementation of a solid waste management system. Some of the factors that needed to be considered in developing a solid waste management system are listed below. First one is quantity and characteristic of a waste. The quantity of a waste generated generally depend on the income level of a family. Has a higher income category tends to be generate a large quantity of waste compared to the lower income category. The quantity ranges from about 0.25 to about 2.3 kg per person per day. One of a measure of a waste composition is a density, which ranges from 150 kg per meter cube to 600 kg per meter cube. Proportion of a paper and packaging materials in the waste largely account for the differences. When the proportion is high, the density is low and vice versa. The waste of a high density reflect the relative high proportion of organic matter and moisture and lower levels of recycling. Climate and seasonal variation. There are regions in extreme north and south where temperature are very low for much of the year. High temperature and humidity cause solid waste to decompose far more rapid than in the colder climates. The frequency of a waste collection is high temperature and humid climates should therefore be higher than that in cold climates. In subtropical or a desert climate, there is no significant of variation in the moisture content of waste due to the low rainfall. Physical characteristic of urban area. In urban areas like towns and cities where the layout of streets and houses is such as access by a vehicle possible door-to-door collection of a solid waste is expected. The condition is quite different in the inner and older city areas where narrow lines makes a service by vehicles difficult and impossible. Added to this problem of urban sprawl in the outskirts of the cities where the population is growing at an alarming rate. Access ways of a narrow, unpaved and trotters and therefore not accessible to the collection vehicles. Problem of a solid waste, storage and collection are most acute in such areas. Financial and foreign exchange constraints. Solid waste management accounts for a sizable proportion of the budgets of a municipal corporation. This is allocated for a capital resource which go towards the purchase of equipment, vehicles and fuel and labor cost. Typically 10 to 40% of the revenues of a municipals are allocated to the solid waste management. In a region where wage rates are low, the aims is to be optimized vehicle productivity. The unfavorable financial situation of some countries hinders the purchase of equipment and vehicles, and this situation is further worsened by the acute shortage of a foreign exchange. Cultural constraint. In some regions, long-standing tradition preclude the instruction of a waste collection on the presence of a households and therefore influence the collection system. In others, where the tradition of a caste persists, recruits to the labor force for the street cleaning and handling of a waste must be drawn from the creation section of the population, while others will not consent to placing a storage bins in their immediate vicinity. Social norms of a community more often than not override what many may consider a rational solution. Waste management should therefore be sensitive to such a local patterns of living and consider these factors in planning, design and operation. Management and a technical resource. Solid waste management to be successful requires a wide spectrum of a workforce in keeping with the demands of the system. The best system for a foreign in one which makes full use of our indigenous crafts and professional skills and or ensure the training program to provide the self-sustaining supply of a trained workforce. Conclusion. Solid waste management is one of the most important function of urban local bodies. It is observed that lack of a financial resource, institution, weakness, improper selection of a technology, transportation system and a disposal option are making this problem even worse. Increase in a population has increased all sorts of demands leading to the formation of a waste. If ignored, this problem may lead to serious hazards and hence this topic is burning issue. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel.